G'day guys, Come Wild Tour and welcome to this week's episode. This week we're in Kununurra at a hip camp.
We are, and we love Kununurra. There's so much to see, so much to do. It's just a really beautiful part of the country.
Yeah, so we want to show you a heap of that. We're not going to spend too much time here. It is a private property. We're on a bit of an acreage. It's quite nice, heaps of space. But we want to show you things away from here and around the Kununurra area. There's full drive tracks, waterholes, waterfalls, all around town.
Yeah, I know a lot of people use Kununurra as like the stepping stone to the Gib, like it's where they restock fuel and shopping, but there's actually heaps to do in Kununurra itself, and it's definitely worth spending like upwards of a week here.
Definitely. We've spent a lot longer than that in the past. Anyway, we'll get set up and then we'll show you around, but I just wanted to quickly show you before I pulled the awning out, a little hack I do to save a couple of minutes, and you'll be able to do it too if you're pretty tall like I am. So you know the big long metal hook that you use to pull the awning out? If you position that pull string for your awning above your doorway, you can actually just climb up the steps and grab it with your hand. There you go, don't even need to take that hook away with us, do we? So this is like the main bridge over the old river coming in and out of town, and maybe this is the reason we feel a little bit connected with Kununurra.
Everybody's names everywhere.
Yeah, I know. But my great-grandfather, my dad's dad, actually opened this bridge. We've found his name all over the place, actually. He opened a lot of stuff.
Yeah, so he was the minister for
roads or works. Anyway, we want to show you something, a four-wheel drive track that we like that's just outside of town. It's called Valentine Spring Road. And there's a couple of water holes and stuff, some good four-wheel driving. It's pretty cool. We'll shoot out there now. Now this one's called Valentine Springs and it's not far off Victoria Highway there. This is a swimming hole. People swim here and there's even a sign over there saying you can swim. However, there was a saltwater croc.
a local lady saw it while she was swimming, like it actually popped its head up.
Yeah. So we probably won't have a swim here just in case. Beautiful little spot though. We've been out here years ago, later in the season, and it was totally dried up. So it's nice to see little waterfall spilling over there. Really nice. You know what, the thing is with the Kimberley and the Territory, anytime you swim in any sort of waterhole, you run the risk of there being salties in there.
I remember speaking to the hip camp that we stayed at in Darwin, the local lady, she said that the only place she'll ever swim in the top end is in her own swimming pool. Yeah. She will not swim in any other waterhole.
I've heard that from a few Territorians. I think it's solid advice.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, we found a little sneaky one. Now this one's not marked on Wiki Camps. You won't find, it's not labelled, it's not listed, it doesn't have an official name.
So we won't give up the secret.
No, no one even told us exactly how to find this. We just picked up little bits and pieces of information from a few different sources and then kind of followed our nose and took a little turn off that Valentine Springs Road.
Yeah, I just Googled you know, water holes and water, like places to swim in Kununurra, and there are some people that have written blog posts, and yeah.
But find it yourself, do some deep diving. There's lots of good ones that are on the map, and I've been to a couple that are not on the map, and they're stunning. So let's go check this one out.
The problem is though, when they're not on the map and they're not well used, you don't know whether you can swim there or not.
Yeah, and I won't swim in this one unless I can see the bottom.
Yeah. Looks like we have to do a bit of a walk to get there though.
Yeah, it looks overgrown too.
This is definitely the one I read about online. Yeah. And I did also read that it dries up pretty much immediately after wet season.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like it stops flowing anyway.
Well, you can see that this is a lot more stagnant and still than the other water holes we've seen already.
Yeah. That would be cool if it was flowing still, hey? You got a little top pool and a bottom pool.
What do you reckon, Chloe?
I
could have a swim.
You'd swim anywhere.
I'll just not put my ears under.
That's good. Yeah. See, this is the problem. You come to a water crossing like this and you can't walk it. And there's no like flood level sign on it either. Yeah. That's why there's a turnaround bay, because a lot of people have been turning around. Yeah. But we're obviously not those people.
I am.
We will just put it in full drive and hope for the best.
I'm definitely one of those people.
So we'll see how we go.
I mean, it is open, so...
Should be right. Nah, it wasn't too bad at all. Just couldn't tell because the water was so murky. We're at Black Rock Falls, and this one's a 300-metre return walk.
We're here. The cave.
Just a trickle of water coming down.
And Daddy gives me $10. And he said if it was pouring.
Oh wow, Tiff, can you see the honeycomb up there?
Oh yeah.
It's a little butterfly cave, Kai. Look at them all. That's cool, hey? Yeah, probably. Very cool. How's Brodeo? As soon as he sees a water hole, he's flat out like, is there freshies in it or is there salties in it?
I think salty.
You reckon? I don't. Just around the corner, we've had a quick look at Buttons Crossing. This is a cracking spot and you can definitely drag your van down here. And I'm kind of kicking myself that we didn't this time.
No.
I mean, I would have been stoked with this camp.
This is a free camp too, so it's...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you don't know where we are, this is the Ord River. And if we follow the Ord River up, that's where Ivanhoe Crossing is, which we will probably take out of here when we head back to the van. Only problem with a site like this is not great with kiddies. The current's ripping through and you get really big salties in here. Last time I was fishing off the banks a little bit further up and Tiff said, oh, look at that massive brown rock. Isn't that a funny colour? And I stuck the drone up and it was a huge cow that had its head just about ripped clean off. Yeah. And there was a big salty just down from it.
We'll see if we can find one, eh?
Yeah, I'll get the drone up, we'll have a look.
Yeah. They're definitely in here.
Definitely.
When I was young, my daddy said, gotta keep one eye open in your bed. Cause there's a time coming when the devil gonna come for you. So my trigger finger, stay prepared. I've got my weapon and I got my prayers. Cause if you don't run this town, they'll walk all over you. Run out loud, gotta run on. Keep on running till the sun goes down. Run out loud, better run on.
Get the drone up in the air for 20 minutes looking for crocs. They said don't get too close to the croc because it's going to attack it and we cannot afford a new drone. And what'd you do?
Yeah, I've smashed that bad. That sucks.
Can I see?
Can you repair that?
No.
Can't you super glue it?
No, you can't, because I'll fly it over water and lose it and lose the SD card and stuff. Oh, that sucks.
I'm so annoyed.
Jump on our website and buy some merch, would ya? Help me fund a new one. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do about that.
Yeah. It was like the tree was literally here because you couldn't be bothered walking around the car.
Yeah, alright. Calm your phone. I'm going to get tea on pretty early this arvo because it's probably going to take 2 or 3 hours. I'm going to be slow roasting a couple of kilos of lamb in the ziggy. It is a boneless lamb shoulder, so I'll get that out and plonk it in here. So I got that sitting on some big chunks of red onion, and that's just to keep it off the base. The red onion will end up all sort of caramelized and kind of burnt, and it'll end up getting shredded into the lamb at the end of the cook anyway. But it stops the base of the lamb getting burnt. Now I'm going to poke some holes in the top of this shoulder, and then I'm going to stick some garlic chunks in those holes. So they're big chunks, but the same thing happens as the onion. They all end up sort of gooey and falling apart and get shredded through the whole lot at the end. So it doesn't really matter. I'd do the same with some rosemary if I had some. Tiff, can you see any rosemary in the garden out there?
No.
No?
I see bananas.
Bananas are no good. That'd be a freaky lamb flavour. And then on top a little bit of thyme, a little bit of oregano, and a good amount of salt and pepper. Like I said, rosemary would have been nice in this too.
No way, Grandpa Pop. Ooh. Daddy, what are you cooking?
Lamb.
Lamb curry.
Nah, just pulled lamb. We'll probably have it in some wraps.
Daddy, why do you love wraps so much?
I do, don't I? Don't like it, you weirdo. And then a cup of stock in the bottom, just whatever stock I had. I don't actually know whether it was beef or chicken or veggie. Don't know. But yeah, good cup or so of that in the bottom. And then I'm going to wrap it in foil. And it's essentially going to steam, kind of, for the first couple of hours. And then probably the last 40 minutes, I'll take the cover off and let some of that moisture evaporate off and get a little bit of crisp or colour on top. And I'm basically going to cook it until I can get a couple of forks and rip it apart and shred the whole thing. And that's it. I reckon probably 3 hours, something like that. So that took pretty much 3 hours, and that's pulling really nicely. I did pour off all the liquid. That's pretty much pure tallow, pure fat. So I'll keep that in the fridge, and we might use that to cook some potatoes or something another night. But anyway, I'll get this all shredded. I'll shred the garlic and the onion and everything into it, and we'll make some flatbread, Tiff.
Yeah. We were going to have some souvlaki bread with it, but we don't have souvlaki bread, so we're going to make our own. Would you use self-raising flour and Greek yogurt?
Yeah.
Mix of both?
Yeah, I've never done it before. It said not to knead it too much, but if I didn't knead it, it just wasn't coming together, so I don't know, see how it goes. Right, we're on.
We're on.
Chimichurri, I'll show you quickly how I made that. I made that this morning. Right, quick chimichurri, and it's good timing because I've got some parsley and some coriander that's on its last legs. So, about half a cup of oil, olive oil, quarter cup of red wine vinegar, about there. Good whack of salt and pepper, 4 or 5 cloves of garlic. Normally you would just bang parsley in this, but I've also got some coriander, so sort of half a cup of parsley, 3/4 cup of coriander. Like I said, it's normally all parsley. I've also got some chives, so we won't waste them. And hey, you can, this will be like a green chimichurri, but if you want to make it a bit different, I've done this before as well with like some fire roasted char grilled peppers or capsicum in there as well, and that's really nice too. But yeah, that's it. That's chimichurri, and that'll go on top of our delicious lamb tonight. It's nice, like roughly chopped, or even in a mortar and pestle as well. You want to give that a whack, Tiff?
Yeah, you've made it in the past.
That's good.
Just chopped up, haven't you?
Yeah, this
like
is
a bit thicker.
Yeah, I prefer it like that. This is just quicker. It's almost like a sauce, isn't it? Like it?
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
It's very garlicky, but that's yum.
Yeah, absolutely. On lamb, that's going to be perfect. Cool. These are alright. Do you reckon I can do the classic? Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
Butchered that a bit. Yeah, these are right, Tiff.
Whoa. That makes some better.
Bread's good. Lamby, garlicky. That's a good feed. Not bad at all.
Right, what do you think, Chloe?
What do you reckon?
I like it.
Good.
You'll never see Brody eat with us because he's very fussy. So he has his own dinner separately.
Yeah. That's how we get like 2 minutes of quiet to be able to film our own stuff. Yeah, we've just gone into town this morning and absolutely destroyed the budget on a huge shop for the Gibb River Road. And it was the only drone really. It was either this or a DJI Mini.
It's lucky we're in a town where we could get a replacement.
I know. I probably should have a spare drone if one goes down. I'll try and get this one repaired, Tiff. But yeah, it's looking really sad. The lens is broken as well at the moment. So hopefully I'll get that repaired. This will be my second one. That'll be the primary one.
Look, I mean, you don't need a drone to travel Australia, but because we're doing YouTube videos, the drone, like, it really makes a video, doesn't it? Like,
yeah.
Just getting the perspective, the sunset shots, we need it. We're not going to be in a town again for a long time. We're doing the Gibb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, just on top of that, also like the dentistry stuff the other week was an obscene amount of money.
Yeah.
And we pre-booked a lot of accommodation. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna have to pull the reins in a little bit for a while now. Yeah. Anyway, it is what it is. We're just ducking into Mirima National Park. This national park is actually right in town, like right on the border of town. And it's got a ripper little walk up to a really nice sunset point. Is this Kelly's Knob? Or is Kelly's Knob? Kelly's Knob's another one.
Different lookout.
Also,
That's also really good.
Also check out Kelly's Knob, but no, this is Mirima National Park, I forgot.
Look, I've got my shoes.
You forgot your shoes?
Sorry.
Oh no, we'll be right.
You know what I like about this? They tell you what each lookout or what each walk is good for. This one's good for trees and other things. This one's good for looking out, and this one's good for painted rocks. I like that.
Which one's good for not a long walk?
Let's do this one, good for looking out. I like a view.
Let's do it. Whoa. Yeah.
What?
Oh, so there's Kelly's Knob up there, Tiff.
Yeah.
So that's another walk you can do from town. That one's a ripper. Probably has a better view, actually.
little bit more strenuous though.
Yeah.
I remember it being, you can park halfway up it and then walk the rest, but it's very steep incline.
Yeah, so this one kind of looks over the industrial area, but that one looks over the actual township. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then there was one other.
It's worth doing.
There's one other walk if you come out here. I'm going to put a list of stuff that I recommend you do at the end of this video, I think,
Yeah.
if you come to Kununurra. Spend some time here, have a poke around, because there's heaps more than we're doing as well.
Yeah, because some of it we've done previously when we were here in 2020, which is, were you going to say Elephant Rock?
Yeah.
Yeah. Look on WikiCamps, Elephant Rock. There's a walk trail. Actually, we're overlooking it right now at our hip camp. It's beautiful. You walk between the two. It looks like an elephant's head.
Laying down.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, so you can walk along the ridgeline of it.
That's probably the best one here. It's just not, I don't fancy taking the kids up that one, but yeah, give that a crack. It's a ripper.
This one's beautiful too, though. This is right in town. It's so accessible.
Yeah. And
Easy walk with kids, and the views are beautiful. They call it the mini bungle bungles here.
Oh, they do. I thought I made that up.
No, they do.
Good.
You do make a lot of stuff up,
I
though.
do make a lot of stuff up.
And then he tells the kids like it's a fact.
Yeah. And you. I find you can say anything with conviction and it makes it a fact. Anyway, cracking view.
Yeah.
Did you walk all of that by yourself?
Yeah.
Give me a high five, buddy. Well done. You know,
And the other side of your hand.
other side of my hand. Nice.
Another side, yeah.
Head. Alright.
And foot. That's it for today, guys.
You can use the steps to get up there. How's the timing of that? Just climb up the steps and grab it with your hand. It saves you a couple of seconds getting set up. Tiffany.
I need my that paper.
Kill.
Easy peasy, family peasy. Let me squeeze you. No. Let me squeeze you on my boat.
I wish you would step back from that ledge, my friend.
I wish you step out for me. I wish you step out for me.
What's your other favourite song?
Someone pour me up a double shot of whiskey.
Got a whiskey. Whoa.
It's a motorcycle drive-by.
Motorcycle drive by. And whatever I'll do.
Kissy face, sent to your phone.
Kissy face, sent to run, make sure.
And what about
Green girls, blue sky.
Green grass on blue sky.